ಅನುದಿನ ಅನುಕ್ಷಣ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲೂ ಕಲಿಯೋಣ ಕಲಿಕೆಯ ಹೊಸ ಹಾದಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಜೊತೆಗೂಡಿ ಹೆಜ್ಜೆಯ ಹಾಕೋಣ ಸಂತಸದಿ ಕಲಿಯೋಣ ನಮ್ಮ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆಯ ಈ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ.
Yes, sir. Yes, teacher. Present, ma'am.
Hello, Namaste, all my dear children, welcome back. It has been so many days that we have been getting connected to different topics, proses, poems of English. Dear 10th standard students, I think you all are going to enjoy the poems, the proses given in your textbook. Each and every prose, each and every poem has a message to learn from and make your lives a better one. Dear kids, I am very fortunate to come before you today and discuss one of the inspiring stories and one of the stories that will make all of us to think about ourselves and make some changes to be good human beings. Dear students, let's see on the board what's given there. There is some sentence. The sentence is this: to err is human, to forgive is divine. What is the meaning of this statement? As human beings, we are supposed to make mistakes. It's not possible for all of us to behave like God. We are not perfect creatures. We are supposed to tend to make certain mistakes. But doing mistake is not a great crime. If you are doing a mistake unknowingly, it's okay. There is one more chance. But once you come to know whether you have done a mistake, the biggest responsibility is to correct your mistake. Do not repeat the mistake. Do not repeat the mistake, because if you do the mistakes, if you are not learning lessons from your mistakes, you will stay where you are. You are not going to grow. You are not going to develop your personality. Dear kids, the statement is very meaningful. To err is human. To err is human. That means, as human beings, we tend to make mistakes. Errors means mistakes. गलतियां. हम सब गलती करते हैं. जरूरी नहीं है कि हम इंसान हैं, जरूरी नहीं कि हम भगवान हैं कि हम बिल्कुल गलत नहीं करते. As human beings, we do it. लेकिन खुदा जो होता है वो क्षमा करता है. The divine is going to forgive our mistakes. And you can see to other side, being human. We are the only living creatures on this earth that the God has given us to think and to behave. Dear kids, we should always feel that we are different animals than the rest of the animal kingdom. The reason is why we can think, and God has given us this life for all of us as an opportunity to make this earth the better place. This is the main message. Let's go ahead. In your home, there are a lot of things go on. As you are kids, as you are students, you may do certain mistakes. What are the simple mistakes that you, probably me, we might have done, and how can we correct our mistakes? Let's go to the next one. Look at this. Have you ever done something wrong, some mistakes, knowingly? Certain things you do. For example, look at the point number 1. What is given? It is given taking someone's belongings without their prior intimation or permission. Suppose you are in a class, you have forgotten to take mathematics compass box. Suppose you are in a social class, you have forgotten to carry atlas. You're in language class, you have forgotten to carry dictionary. And if you want to refer any of these materials without your friend's permission, if you're taking it without his or her permission, do you think, isn't it a mistake? Of course, it is a mistake. Because belongings means their properties. You do not have a right to take somebody else's property for your usage without their consent. So it is important that we are not going to do this kind of mistakes. For example, if you have done that, how you feel? For example, you have taken something from your friend's school bag without his permission. How do you feel later on? Somewhere you feel that inside, oh, I shouldn't have taken like that. I should have asked him and taken. So that kind of inner sense, inner voice starts speaking to you. Look at the second one. Being rude to your loved ones. This is the very worst type of mistake that we can do. Loved ones are the parents, teachers, friends, brothers, sisters. We are never supposed to hurt them. We are never supposed to behave rudely with them, because all they have given us is love, affection and care. So do not behave rudely, because wounds on the body can be healed, but wounds on the mind can never be healed. So that is the reason, do not be rude. If you have ever hurt your parents, if you have ever hurt your friends, if you have ever hurt the beloved ones, how do you feel later on? You feel very awkward. You feel very sorry. You feel very uncomfortable. Somewhere inside you, some voice comes up and says, oh, I shouldn't have done like that. I shouldn't have scolded like that. I shouldn't have misbehaved like that. In this way, a kind of voice comes within. Look at the third one, disrespecting elders. This is very dangerous. We have to give respect. We have to show our obedience and reverence towards people who are elder to us. They have more experience in lives. They have seen the life much more than us, and they can really guide us. They can help us to improve our lives. They are the best guide who can show the best path. Dears, it may be elders in your neighborhood, elders in your locality, elders anywhere you see, you should never ever hurt them. So always show respect. By mistake, by unknowingly, if you have ever disrespected elders, please do not do. Hurting someone's feelings. You don't have a right. We don't have a right to hurt someone's feeling. Every single human being on the earth has a right to live as he or she wants. We don't have a right to comment on their lifestyle. We don't have a right to comment on their the way they live. So do not hurt someone's feeling. Respect everyone. We should try to understand how to place our legs in somebody else's shoes. Outwardly they look comfortable. Outwardly they look very nice, but inside they may have a lot of sad stories. We never know how they live, what they do. So unless we know them personally, unless we know them clearly, it is not wise to pass a comment, or it is not wise to hurt the feelings of others. Please make others to feel happy about you. Make them to laugh, make them to smile, make them to feel comfortable, make them to feel them they are special. If not, just keep quiet. Let's go to some of the other things. Do we do mistakes? These are the another 5 common. What are these? Gossips about others. Dear students, we all know that we have some bad habit called gossiping. She is like that, he is like that, someone is like that, somebody is like this. Why are we wasting our time, energy, everything on making these uninteresting, stupid statements? Never ever gossip. If you are making a false story, damaging the image of a person, you are going to face a huge loss in life. Please never gossip about others. Not helping the needy ones. This is also one of the not welcoming characteristics of young learners or all of us human beings. So we have to have the helping hand. We have to help the others who are in need. Any need, it may be education, money, food, anything, shelter. If we help others, obviously the divine power will help us back when we are in need. I think if you have not helped, though you can, at least now you must try to correct your mistakes. Whenever, wherever you can extend the best help from your side, never hesitate, just help out. Because that satisfaction of helping someone will give us lot of peace, lot of satisfaction. Being violent, this is one of the bad traits or characteristic features among the young learners. Never be violent, not just to human beings, but not even to living organisms. It may be a fly, it may be a butterfly, it may be a frog, it may be a dog, it may be a cat, it may be any living organism. We do not have a right to make violence against them. If you have made violence, if you have attacked, knowingly or unknowingly, better you correct your mistakes, because feeling of making someone feel bad or hurting them physically or hurting their feelings, not just human beings I'm talking about, even wild animals, pet animals or any living organisms, we do not have any kind of rights to hurt their feelings. Not doing the duties, this is very interesting, kids. As a teacher, what is my duty? I am supposed to teach all of you in a way that you understand and appreciate. What is the duty of a doctor? To save the lives of patients. What is the duty of a politician? To plan and make the country better. What is the duty of students? What is the duty of yours? Your duty is to follow all the guidelines, instructions carefully, and enlarge, expand, enhance your knowledge with the help of teachers, textbooks, and school environment. Doing not your duty will make a bad future. Try to understand, dear kids. Please know your duties, know your rights, know your responsibilities. The moment you start doing your duty 100%, you are going to become responsible son or daughter to home, responsible citizen to the society as well. Let us go. Why I'm telling all these do's and don'ts? Because I have a reason. What is the reason? We'll come to understand here. Look at the beautiful line on the board. What is there? You can read there. You need not fear the external forces, but you must be true to your consciousness. Find out how a retired soldier makes amendment for a wrong done to someone under compulsions. So what is the meaning of this statement? You need not worry, you need not fear the external forces, but you must be true, you must be very true to your consciousness. Two important points I want to make highlight here. One is, do not mind what other people say about you. External forces means say of others, people's comments. You make a good thing, they say something bad. You make a bad thing, again they say. Criticism is inevitable. It is unavoidable. People do criticize. People do comment. But their comments must not change your mindset. Be confident. Be focused. Be clear what you are going to do. And always be honest to your heart. That's why, look at the heading. Hear your heart. Hear your heart means, आप दिल से काम करो, दिल को सुनो, लोग क्या बोलते हैं, वो क्या बोल रहे हैं, ये क्या बोल रहे, उसके बारे में मत सोचना, सोचना बस आपके अंदर जो बोल रहा है. अंदर से सुनिए, काम कीजिए, लेकिन बाहर जो बोलेगा वो बोलता ही रहेगा, लेकिन आपका काम कभी भी नहीं रुकना. Listen to your words. Do not mind about external forces. हम एक बहुत अच्छा कहानी सुनने जा रहे हैं. वहां पे एक सैनिक ने एक बहुत ही रिस्ट्रिक्टेड कंडीशंस में एक गलती किया और उसके बहुत साल के बाद उसको पता चला कि अरे ऐसा गलती मुझको कभी भी नहीं करना था. उन्होंने कैसे उसका गलती ठीक किया वो हमको पता चलेगा जब हम ये प्रस्तुत पाठ जो है आपके टेक्स्ट बुक में हम वहां से सुन लेंगे. लेकिन उससे पहले हमको ये जरूरी है, what are the new words that come in this beautiful lesson? What are the meanings, so that it will be easier for understand when we go to the lessons. Time to know some new words. First one is, he would never make it. Make it means, never make it means not possible. Make it means possible. You can make it, matlab you can do it. It's possible for you to do it, any work. Rusty, जंग होता है ना, आयरन, तो उसको हम रस्टी और रस्ट कहते हैं इंग्लिश में. ऑफ ए मेटल ऑब्जेक्ट अफेक्टेड बाय रस्ट, जंग आर इन कन्नड़ा वी कॉल इट एज तुक्कु हिडियुವುದು. Yes. Then the third word is fence. Fence means bailey, a barrier, a barricade or defense. You understand? This will also be important in this lesson. पेडल ऑफ मतलब साइकिल चलाना. जब आप साइकिल चलाते हैं आपको पता है पेडल कैसा होता है और आप कैसे इसको चलाते हैं उसके बारे में दिया गया है. और द लास्ट वन इज लिटिल चांस मतलब बिल्कुल चांस नहीं है. लिटिल चांस मीन्स नो चांस एट ऑल. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, डू यू हैव मनी? आपके पास पैसा है? हाँ जी, थोड़ा है. अ लिटिल बिट. ओके. डू यू हैव मनी? आई हैव ए लिटिल मीन्स थोड़ा. I have little means nothing. Little chance means no chance at all. These are some of the words. Look at the next one. Bomb raider, one who drops the bombs from a bomber. जो लोग बॉम्ब ऊपर से नीचे गिराते हैं उसको कहते हैं हम बॉम्ब राइडर. Admits means accept करना. Continue to nag मतलब continually irritating or making worry to others. So this is all about the new words. Let's go line by line. What is the story about? I don't take much time. Here you go. The same lesson is there in your textbook also. Some of the important gist I'm going to tell you. It was 1944 and Roger Johnson. Roger Johnson is the person in this lesson. He is the person who actually worked in defense. It was 1944. Roger Johnson was in trouble. The 18-year-old American bomb raider was returning from a 2-day pass in London, but he was still 30 kilometers from his base in Polbrook. It was midnight, and there might be a morning bomb run. As he hurried along the country road, he realized he would never make it. Date 1944 is an important year. Why? Because the history of mankind has seen two devastating wars, World War I, World War II. World War I 1914 to 18 and World War II began 1939 to 44. These two wars have destroyed larger amount of population, larger amount of property and land. This is a shame on humankind and human race. But that was very crucial and very destructive phase of our history. So Roger Johnson was a soldier in 1944. He was just 18 years old. He was an American bomb raider, and his duty was to drop the bombs on enemy's camps. And look at the line. He was still 30 kilometers from his base in Polbrook. Polbrook is a place. It was midnight there and might be a morning bomb run. As he hurried along the country road, he realized he would never make it. So he has to reach a point, but he knew that he was not able to reach the point. He was very far away from the point. By running on the foot, he can never make it. Then what is the solution? Let's see the second one. Then he saw a rusty bicycle leaning against a fence. There was a plan. When he wanted to go to the destination, he cannot make it by walk. He cannot go on running. Then he wanted some vehicle, some bicycle, and then he saw a rusty bicycle lying somewhere, reassuring himself that he was just borrowing it. उन्होंने सोचा कि भाई वहां पे एक साइकिल तो पड़ा हुआ है, मैं उसको ले लूंगा और वो साइकिल लेकर के मैं पहुंचूंगा, वापस उन लोगों को वापस देना है, ऐसा सोचा था. लेकिन वो होता है क्या? नहीं होता है. He can never give the bicycle back to who it belonged. He climbed on and pedal off. उन्होंने उसके ऊपर बैठा और चला गया. There was a very little chance of my getting it back to the owner. Johnson admits today, let's face it, I stole the bike. उसको पता था कि वो कभी भी वो साइकिल जिन लोगों को वो रिलेटेड था उन लोगों को वो नहीं दे सकता है बोल के उसको पता था. वो उन्होंने एडमिट किया कि हाँ मैंने चोरी कर लिया. I have stolen the bicycle. Let's go to the third one. He got to base in time for bombing mission. That was anything but routine. उसका एक रूटीन था, उनका एक काम ऐसा था कि रोज उन्होंने बम डालना है और दुश्मनों को खत्म करना है. तो उन्होंने वही काम को कंटिन्यू करता रहा. और यहां पे क्या हो रहा देखिए. Shortly after releasing the bombs, Johnson was informed that two were still hung up in the racks until they were dislodged. It would be dangerous to continue. Johnson climbed through a hatch and picked his way along a 20 centimeters narrow platform in the open bomb bay. Trying not to look at ground 8 kilometers away, 8 kilometers below, he managed to pry upon the release mechanism holding the bomb, which plummeted to the open bay. So the entire meaning is that when he took the bicycle, when he reached the destination, he had to carry on, he had to continue his duty, dropping the bomb. Some 2 bombs were left in the rack. If the bombs are still going to be remaining there, they may explode and kill everyone. So it was his important duty to wash off hands, making every single bomb go away. Dear kids, look at the 4th important paragraph, what is given here. Johnson finished the war. Actually, I was telling you about Second World War. How Second World War created havoc, destroyed, devastated human race, created a big scar on humanity, never ever changed. It's a big shame on us. In the same Second World War, our hero in this lesson, Johnson, one of the participants, तो उन्होंने वार में इन्वॉल्व हुआ और वार खत्म भी किया. खत्म करने के बाद क्या हो सकता है वो देखेंगे. जॉनसन फिनिश द वॉर कवर्ड विथ मेडल्स. जिन्होंने सेना में बहुत अच्छा ही काम करता है, जिन्होंने शौर्यता दिखाता है, उसको क्या मिलेगा? सरकार मेडल्स दिया जाएगा और अवार्ड्स मिल जाएगा. वैसे ही जॉनसन को भी बहुत सारे अवार्ड्स मिल चुका. देखिए, जॉनसन फिनिश्ड द वॉर कवर्ड विथ मेडल्स. ही वेंट ऑन टू बिकम अ सक्सेसफुल ट्रॉमा सर्जन, अ लाइसेंस्ड पायलट एंड अर्न अ लॉ डिग्री. इसका जीवन बहुत अच्छा रहा. उन्होंने डिफेंस में काम किया, उन्होंने रक्षणा में काम किया, उन्होंने सोल्जर था, उन्होंने लेफ्टिनेंट था, उन्होंने वॉर जीता. जीतने के बाद उन्होंने चुपचाप से नहीं बैठा, उन्होंने सर्जन बनाया, ऑपरेशन किया, ट्रॉमा सर्जन बना. उसके बाद में एक अच्छा लाइसेंस्ड पायलट भी बना. उसके बाद ही अर्नड, उन्होंने अचीवमेंट किया इन द लॉ एजुकेशन. ही अर्न अ लॉ डिग्री. डियर किड्स, लेट्स गो फॉर द 5th वन. बट समथिंग कंटिन्यू टू नैग. यहां पे एक ट्विस्ट होता है स्टोरी में, कहानी में. ठीक है, उन्होंने 1944 में, उसका उम्र था 18 था, उन्होंने वार में इन्वॉल्व किया और जब वो उसको डेस्टिनेशन जाना था, उसको पैदल से नहीं जा सकता था, इसलिए उन्होंने बिना पूछे वहां पे एक बाइसिकल था, उसको उठा लिया. उठा के उन्होंने जहां पे जाना था वहां पे गए. उसके बाद वार खत्म हो गया. वार खत्म होने के बाद he became very successful surgeon, pilot, and he earned a law degree. But later on, there was something within him started speaking. What is that? Let us see. But something continued to nag him, that old broken down bicycle. I was alone in a strange country, and the people were so nice to me, he recalls. Then I took that bike without returning it. It wasn't right. उन्होंने अपने आप से बात करने के लिए शुरू किया. बहुत साल से पहले जब मैं वहां पे वार में इन्वॉल्व था, मैं किसी का बाइसाइकिल उठा लिया. ही वॉज वेरी गुड. लोग वहां पे बहुत अच्छे थे, लेकिन मैंने क्या किया गलती, उन लोगों का एक प्रॉपर्टी बाइसाइकिल मैंने बिना बोल के मैंने ले लिया. लेकिन मैं उसको दिया क्या? बिल्कुल नहीं दिया. ये गलत है. डियर किड्स, इसलिए मैं आपको बता रहा था शुरुआत में, जिसका भी प्रॉपर्टी आप लेते हो पूछ के लेना है. बाद में अगर आपको उसका काम हो गया, इज्जत से, रेस्पेक्ट से आपको वापस बोलना भी है. दैट इज व्हाई आई एम टेलिंग यू. इन द सेम वे जॉनसन, उसको सब लाइफ बहुत सक्सेसफुल बना. ही बिकम वन ऑफ द मोस्ट सक्सेसफुल मेन. लेकिन अंदर से उसको एक आवाज आ रहा था, he has done a mistake. उन्होंने गलती किया. वो गलती उन्होंने अब ठीक करना है. Look at the beautiful lines. I was alone in a strange country and people were so nice to me, he recalls. Then I took that bike without returning it. It wasn't right. उसको अंदर से अंदर दिमाग में आ रहा है कि उन्होंने काम अच्छा नहीं किया. Last one you see, my dear kids. So almost 50 years after the theft. कितना साल के बाद में? 50 साल के बाद में इसका दिमाग में ऐसा आया कि मैंने गलती कर दिया. Johnson wanted to give away 100 new bicycles to children of the Polbrook area. He wired $19,000 to the Rail Bicycle Company in England before his arrival to Polbrook in May 1992. He was astonished by the reception he got. Children honored him with song, dances, and the gifts, and the story received worldwide media attention. बराबर 50 साल के बाद उन्होंने ये फैसला लिया, मैंने गलती कर दिया, अभी मेरा जिम्मेदारी ये है कि मैं एक साइकिल उठा बिना पूछ के, बिना बोल के, अभी मेरा जिम्मेदारी ये रहेगा, आई वॉन्ट टू गिव बैक साइकिल्स टू द पीपल हु लिव देयर। क्योंकि जब मैंने काम कर रहा था लोग बहुत अच्छे थे, मुझको एक गलत भी नहीं किया उन्होंने, लेकिन मैंने क्या किया, एक गलती कर दिया। वो गलती को मैं अभी ठीक करना, कैसे करना, आई हैव टू गो देयर, distribute 100 new bicycles to the children of Polbrook area. In this way, Johnson corrected his mistake. उन्होंने ऐसा उसको गलती पहचाना और उसको ठीक किया. So it is the responsibility of all of us. गलती हो जाता है, लेकिन बड़ी बात यह है कि गलतियों को हम ढूंढना है, क्या गलती किया मैंने और कैसे ठीक करना. How I can improve myself, how I can rectify myself, how can I become more responsible person. बच्चों, I think आपको ये लेसन पूरा समझ में आ गया. I think you have all understood the lesson. What is the message is to not to make a mistake. If you have done a mistake, try to rectify your mistake. Do not repeat the mistake. The hero of this lesson is Johnson. तो 7th last paragraph ऐसा है, Johnson could only shake his head with amazement, tracing it all back to that dark night during World War II. I guess, he observes, everything happened just the way it was supposed to. मतलब क्या है, सब कुछ ऐसा होना था, हो गया, जो होना है वो हो जाएगा. What has to happen, it will happen, it does happen. We cannot stop it. But as a human beings, we should always make our sincere efforts to make good decisions, to make good acts, to make better attempts, efforts. Kids, I think you have all understood the lesson. Let's quickly go. What are the important questions of this wonderful chapter? When was Roger in trouble? मतलब कि रोजर को कब खतरा आया? क्या आप रिकॉल कर सकते हैं? Exactly 1944 in the World War II. उसको एक प्रॉब्लम आ गया. ओके. Why did Roger steal a bicycle? रोजर बाइसिकल को क्यों चुराया? क्यों उन्होंने थेफ्ट किया? Why did he steal? Steal मतलब rob. Why did he steal the bicycle? क्यों किया उन्होंने? क्योंकि उसको वहां पे पहुंचना था. He had to reach the place of his work in time. पैदल से he could not go. That's why he stole a bicycle. How was the Roger able to make amends? Amends मतलब ठीक करना. Amending मतलब ठीक करना. For his theft of a bicycle. उन्होंने साइकिल तो उन्होंने चोरी किया था, लेकिन वो गलती को उन्होंने कैसा उत्तर दिया, हमको ये पूरा स्टोरी में पता चला कि after 50 years he got a voice, he got a message from his consciousness. Oh, I had been there with nice people. They didn't harm me. Without their permission, I took their bicycle. It is my responsibility to give back what they gave me. उन्होंने ये सोचा कि 100 cycles he distributed to the people of Polbrook area. Dear kids, I think all of you have understood. Look at the last one. What would you do if you are in the position of Roger? How would you react? और amend your mistake of stealing a bicycle. अगर आपने रोजर के जगह में थे, आपने क्या कर सकते थे? जैसे रोजर किया, आप भी करेंगे या और अलग से करेंगे? आप सोचिए और लिखिए आपका नोटबुक में. और लास्ट क्वेश्चन ये है, नरेट दिस स्टोरी इन योर मदर टंग. ये जो कहानी आपने सुना इंग्लिश में, आपको पूरा समझ में आ गया, तो आपका मातृभाषा में जो हिंदी है, उर्दू है, कन्नड़ा जो भी है, उसमें आपको घर में बोलिए. Tell the story to all your friends in your mother tongue. That's it from me. This is Dhananjay, your English teacher. Thank you so much for listening this story. We'll meet sometimes later. Take care. Bye-bye. Namaste.
ಅನುದಿನ ಅನುಕ್ಷಣ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲೂ ಕಲಿಯೋಣ, ಕಲಿಕೆಯ ಹೊಸ ಹಾದಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಜೊತೆಗೂಡಿ ಹೆಜ್ಜೆಯ ಹಾಕೋಣ, ಸಂತಸದಿ ಕಲಿಯೋಣ ನಮ್ಮ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆಯ ಈ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ.
Yes, sir. Yes, teacher. Present, ma'am.